Today we're unboxing the CCA Rhapsody. If at any point during the video you guys want to check out these exact same IEMs, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links, but let's get these open. These have an advertised 20 hertz up to 40 kilohertz using a standard 3.5 millimeter cable with 0.75 millimeter 2-pin connecting to the IEMs themselves. Obviously, we don't think that 40 kilohertz is the actual effective frequency range, but I'm very interested to see how these are. These are in a pretty decent price. Check the links below though for current pricing, but those look pretty cool, honestly. Okay, so they come pre-attached with some tips on there, just normal silicone tips. It's got a black, like smoky, kind of amber plastic right here. Here is your 2-pin right here, and this feels, I think that's metal. That definitely feels like metal, and it's got Rhapsody in it. It's also got these nice little notches right there. It's a very pretty IEM overall. Also here, we've got some little adjustments probably for the EQ. That's what I would assume. That's probably 100% for the EQ. And then besides that, let's take off the silicone tip. Pretty standard stuff here. Overall, they do feel very nice, very in line with the price point, although some IEMs in this price point do definitely feel worse than this. But yeah, overall, I like the design. I think it's clean without being like shouty or in your face, which me personally, I do like shouty and in your face, but not everyone does. Also in the box, we've got this little tool, and this is to push up and down these prongs so that you can get your different EQ settings out of the box. That'll probably be in the little manual in there, so we'll check that. Also in the box, we've got some extra tips. Doesn't look like a lot. At this price point, I kind of wish there was more. This looks like only 2 other sets, some smaller, some bigger. I do wish that at this price point, it's around, I think, 60, 70 bucks. It's kind of hard because they're on sale right now. But at this price point, around 60, 70 bucks, I would like to have more tips than this. All right, continue on with the unboxing. Here is the cable. Let's get this open. I do like that this comes in like a clear white. I honestly think that that's really attractive when you don't have a very special cable. At least it's clear. You can see the cable. It looks very cool. Okay, so this is nice because it's a little bit of a longer cable. Some IEMs will come with super short cables. You also have the wrapping, which is a little bit more of a flexible wrapping. Some of them are super, super tight and rigid, but this looks really nice. It's clear all the way up there. Gold inside, it looks really good. All right, let's connect these up. I'm gonna keep the medium-sized ear tips for right now. Slide those on very easily. And connecting the other one, there we go. Yeah. Those look pretty attractive. On second thought, I know that these like cables are probably generic, but it would have been cool if just the wrapping at the end matched this kind of like smoked out amber. That would be pretty cool. We're gonna do a comfort test fit. Then we're also gonna do obviously a music test. That's pretty comfortable. They do feel big, obviously they are larger, but I think this ear tip might be too big. So I'm gonna switch out to the smaller one, and that's definitely better for me. These are bigger. They do have some weight to them. They say they weigh it at 81 grams plus or minus 5 grams. We're gonna again switch these out for the smalls. All right, with the ear tips in, I did both. I did the smalls as well as the mediums. I do think the mediums are actually where it's at for me, but I feel like I need right the step between the smalls and the mediums. That's why I wish they just had 2 more, so 4 total types of ear tips. But really, these sit in my ears without a lot of like help from the band. Obviously, it's not a custom band. It's like a generic cable and everything like that. But comfort here is still pretty decent. I can still feel the weight of these. These aren't absolutely like tiny and smaller. They are a bigger IEM. But yeah, I could definitely wear these for a good amount of time. Here is the settings for low frequency up, so bass up, low frequency up to level 2, which is 2 of them up, and then mids and high frequency up, mids and high frequency up to level 2, and then basically flat. They call it the basic graph, but I think it's just flat. That's probably just like lost in translation. So that's good to know. We're also gonna be testing this, just plugging this straight into the PC, as well as testing this with a fairly cheap Fozzy Audio SK02. It is a DAC amp. It's about 100 bucks. And with these higher end IEMs, I'm expecting that most people will be using a DAC amp, but we wanted to test it with both. So first with the PC, this is also not a very high end motherboard. So it's not like it has a amazing sound card or anything. So I think that's a good test if you guys are not gonna be using a DAC amp. I'm gonna be testing 4 songs. I'll put the names of the songs on the screen, but I won't be able to play them obviously because they are copyrighted, to kind of get a full idea. Very trebly. Violins come in nicely, but it's definitely muddy on the trebles. Bass is not bad though. With that first song, there's violins, there's singing, there's some drums in there, and it's a little bit more complex music because of all of those factors. This was very trebly. It definitely had some moneyness on the really top end of that treble range, so definitely not all the way to 40 kilohertz because it did have some moneyness. Still, very clear. It's good for the price point, especially if you're able to get these around 60 bucks. That is pretty good. It had some good bass, but it wasn't enough bass. but it did seem like fairly low bass. So overall, impressive. We're gonna test this now with some pop, and then we're gonna go and plug it into the DAC amp. Yeah, so there actually the bass sounded pretty good. That was Tate McRae, X's. Depending on your age, many of you probably know that song. The bass was actually good there. It wasn't super powerful, but I do wanna actually try turning this up. Let's just go all the way up to the level 2, which is switch 1 and 2 up. Okay, so actually stock, these come all on. That's interesting. So the bass was up, the trebles were up and everything. Maybe that's why it sounded a little bit overdone. We're gonna do just switch 1 on, which is just some bass up to what they call level 1, but the trebles and mids 2 levels down from what they were. We're gonna try that. That's odd. The bass is like higher than it was before. Very overpowering, but impressive that it has that. I'm gonna try turning up the trebles and mids to level 1, as they call it. Okay, so immediately, that's probably the best setting that I would say is basically turn everything down, especially if you're listening to like pop music or more bass heavy music. So basically it's just switch 3 on. When I had everything up, the trebles were definitely overdone, where like you can hear that they're just super muddy. They're going beyond what they're actually capable of and they're overcompensating. The bass here is impressive. It doesn't get all the way down and all the way super low. It kind of becomes muddied along that lower frequency range, but still, I mean, compared to like headphones, really, really good here. And you get a decent amount. If you guys like a lot of bass, these can definitely do that. It's not perfect. When I want a lot of bass, I want it to be really, really clean bass. This isn't as clean as I'd want. The trebles here, they're really nice and crisp, and really only on the top end of the treble range do they fall off, but that creates more of like a shh sound rather than like a really tight tss. So in that way, I think these are good for the price, but they're just not as high end. But let's switch it to a DAC amp now, see if that does anything. All right, we're gonna go to the last line that we just did so we can directly compare them. Yeah, okay, so overall, it does a little bit, right? It cleans it up a little bit, but overall, I would not say that these need a DAC amp. You could be fine just plugging them in to your normal PC or really whatever you're using. I wouldn't say they're gonna make a massive difference, where I think honestly at that price point, like this DAC amp, even though it's not super expensive, it's definitely not the cheapest you can get, but also it's more than the actual IEMs. At that point, I would just spend more on your IEM if you have the money. But yeah, I don't think these need a DAC amp. I think that you're still getting the majority of the sound out of them just plugging them into whatever you have. Do I think they're worth it? Yeah, I think these are really solid. I think they sound great. I think especially if you can get them on sale, they're gonna be a really good value. Again, throughout this whole video, I'm really nitpicking because that's what reviewing IEMs is. These are good IEMs. Some IEMs are just flat out horrible and bad. These are not that. These are very good. Music sounds great in them. And if you like a lot of bass, there is a good amount of bass here. But again, if you want to check out the CCW Rhapsody, there are Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. These are good IEMs, really good at the price point. All right, this is Conservative Tech Review High Speed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.